Guy Kananahan. I grew up in Sacramento, California. I'm still in Sacramento, California.
If he locks me and I'm wrestling, he's gonna foot sweep me. Sometimes after this on, he get it right back, and he still plays the game. See?
Growing up, I was an avid boxing fan, so naturally we loved Muhammad Ali, Roberto Duran, the four kings, Duran, Leonard, Hearns, and Marvin Hagler, and Wolf and Benitez. I was, very much into boxing at a young age. We used to hang out at the local boxing gyms, and the old man used to teach us the fundamentals of boxing. And that was the thing that we used to do for our pastime. In our days, most of the kids got into, like playing football. Basketball wasn't a thing. It was always the gridiron stuff, or boxing. So we grew up in a boxing, wrestling, playing football type of environment.
What's actually so sleeping on play? Yeah. Oh, grab your stick. No. Grab my stick. Yeah, please. Yeah. Lift the side up. She's there. Yeah. That's it. Oh, yeah. Same thing. Stick is kind of rain. So then, then you can do all kinds of things. But that's the first move anyway.
Oh, we were always into boxing and wrestling. My brother was got to the state championships, and a few cousins. So wrestling was a big thing. Boxing was a big thing. Personal hobbies. I was an artist. I could draw comic books, things like that. But mostly just love boxing. Get together with the guys. It used to be like somebody would bring the gloves out, and the whole neighborhood would come and. I got you next. I got you next. We boxed like that until I actually got into a formal training with boxing.
Open like that. Then when you that way you can go home with some semblance of what we're actually doing. So start off, just here, just like we did. Then find the openings, get the timing there. Give and take. Look, I have that. I have a curve. Go back to flowing. Just do that first. Everybody, give and take. Who cares if he hits you? Right? There's the opening. Find the opening. There. See? Right?
I was a construction worker for 35 years. I was a union construction worker doing metal stud framing and commercial drywall. And that's been my trade, and probably loved it to the end, but took its toll on my knees.
Give and take. I let him play. See? Then I play. Okay? Just flow. That's how you learn. You let him get you because sometimes you run against somebody like Master Mike or Grandmaster Guy that you can't stop there, but at least you can track and see. I let him get me now. I don't let him get me. But see, if I don't give him this experience, how he's going to learn? Until he does that there too. So here, then he's done. Okay.
I started training in the Filipino martial arts in 1975. I was about 16, 15 years old at the time, and I learned from a guy named Concepcion. He was he taught us the Kabbalah Serrata systems and the Stockton blend of Eskrida. He also was one of three students of Johnny Lacoste, Concepcion, Danny Inosato, and Benny Ortiz was Lacoste's student. And at the time that Lacoste was shot, we was training with Dr. Captain, and he was introducing us to the basics of the cost system at the time.
Find your partner. You can go back to the drill that Master Mike showed. Here. Link 2 shots together. And here, here.
And look at the shots are clean. Look at that.
An easy target. See that here? Then just go ahead. Let's do those striking first.
Anyways, after I finished my training with Concepcion, I was introduced to Revered Priestess by a karate instructor, Bruce Jetnick, and when he brought him into town, I went to one of the seminars and I started working with him. It was different from Serrano, so I wanted to know how the mechanics of it. And he took me in and we trained for a while, and that was probably like in 1980. And then after that, Concepcion had brought in the Doce Pares group, Loloy, Cacoy, who else? Don Cuesta to Sacramento. And I had met Concepcion, who was my old instructor, at one of the malls. I was telling him about Rubi Priestess, and, you know, and he told me that at that time, he said, well, I have somebody to challenge Rubi Priestess. So you tell Rubi that Cacoy Canete is looking for him. Cacoy and Rubi, they know each other on a personal level. But when Cacoy first came into town, they wanted to prove the legitimacy of Doce Pares. So they was on the hunt. Anyway, so then later on, I got kind of like disillusioned with politics of the Eskrido. So I got into Wing Chun for a while. And because we always compared our Serrano with the Wing Chun movement. And after that, it got into an altercation one time, and then I didn't have much faith in the Wing Chun system, so I went back to boxing and trained in the boxing gym with a couple of world champions in the stables, and learned the real fundamentals of boxing. And then I went to go visit Concepcion, and he put the moves on me with the Cacoy Doce Pares stuff. I've never seen him perform like that. He did that, and he did the pato. So, because he's from Negro, so he went back home and they introduced him to the pato. So we got my experience with that, and I got hooked. I wanted to learn Cacoy system. One day I went to a workshop put together in San Francisco by Richard Bastillo. And then I met 2 guys, Chun and Wally and Stropia. And they were Chun went and trained in the Philippines with Cacoy at the time. And so he's going back and forth and learning when Cacoy wasn't here yet. And then he took me in, and we work out in his garage, and I was hooked ever since. And then after that, I was Junie came in and set up camp. He had Nilo Baron and those guys opening up, and Nito Naval opening up schools and Doce Pares multi styles in the Sacramento area. And I decided to bring my kids over there to train with them. In the meantime, I was training with Jun Cataverio with the Cacoy style. And when Cacoy finally came, and he spent 6 months here and 6 months back home doing workshops here in America. And then so I started attending those, and I met him. So Wally, Jun Cataverio, and Ron New, Ted Sotelo were training directly with Cacoy. And then at one point, I took my kids over to start training with it's a multi-style system underneath the wall and Naval and Neil Barone. But then they Cacoy maybe made a choice, either train with them or train with him. So I chose to train with Don Cacoy. So he took me in and I became part of the group in San Jose.
To perform on this number is Ciriaco Cañete, 10th Dan holder and founder of Eskrido Cane Fighting.
This is Professor Ciriaco Canete, the youngest of the Cañete brothers. Out of the 8 brothers that developed this Eskrima in Cebu City, Philippines, there are only 5 left of them now, and 3 are active in this Eskrima practice. He's using his cane, a single cane, and using his left or right with flexibility that your eyes can hardly follow. Professor Ciriaco Canete studied Eskrima under his father since he was 8 years old. At the moment, he is 55 years old. Left the cane from the natural hold to the reverse hold. Now he will use 2 canes in this form practice of cane twirling or garrote twirling. The crisscross of the garrotes, you will notice, is formulated against a number of opponents. But before we practice Eskrima, or any students practice Eskrima, he has to practice this cane twirling or garrote twirling.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cañete.
In 2006 or 2008, I went to Cebu, and Cacoy had a Hall of Fame ceremony where he picked his, his best guys or be a part of that. And unbeknownst to me, he called everybody up to accept the award, and I was number 2 right behind Jun Cataverio. So that made me feel really good that he recognized my time put into them. That was good memories, and being his uki and all and going around to all the workshops. That was just unreal, just to be a part of that. So those were the great things. I used to drive home with him. I used to take him home from the workshops. Not workshops, the workouts. And on the way home, we'd have conversation, and he would tell me things like, Guy, we learned from you as well as you learned from me. So his style is very progressive, because everybody in that group had their background. There was Kung Fu, boxing, Kaji Tempo, Wing Chun. Then a few of us had years of Eskrima experience, so we brought that into the table. And what we did over there is just spar. So he what is that called? When they osmosis, when they soaked up your style and then he improved on it. So it was a wonderful thing to be a part of, to see. I bring something in there, and he perfected it. And it was nice. I appreciate my experience, my time with him.
And then I have to put this here, and that's there. All right. Now, if I did this and I force Fred into it, right? He's going to know what happens if Fred forces me. It's called rape. Don't force me. All right. So when I do this, when I'm here, so think about it. What can I do to make him go in this position? Right here. See, he's got to go there. So there, he gave it to me. I'm already waiting. So here he goes. Here I'm hitting. Right there. Okay. So I do lazy Eskrima. Like I make him do all the work, right? And that's more efficient because he's going there anyways, I'm already there. Okay? If he's reaching for me, I'm already there. Right? Yeah. I'm already there. Right? Yeah. So, okay. So play. See, he doesn't let me go there. I have to go down. There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're playing. Fred doesn't want me to go on top, so he wants me to go below. Where's the rest of the technique? I'm terrible. It's okay. Right there. See how I move his body? All 125 pounds of him? I can move 126. See, it's leverage. So you have to teach physics with this, like leverage. See how I get his opposite foot off the ground? That's what you want. Because he's holding it tight. Okay? So here, look, he's coming. It's there. Okay?
Yeah, there's plenty of Doce Pares around. I'm very fortunate because, no Cacoy knows that I work with the multi-style guys, and they open, and Jimmy, they welcome me with open arms to do any kind of training with them and work with them. And Cacoy, training with Cacoy, everybody has a specialty, but what he does is Corto Corbata is his specialty, and to be able to stand in front of the guy, he was well into his 90s, and we couldn't touch him. We could stand in front of him, and his movement, we'd have such a joyous laugh while he beat us up, but it was fun to see an old guy doing being so free. And then what I wanted to point out is when he was before his wife had passed away, I trained with him before that, and he was more prodding, but when he came back, he had lost a lot of muscle mass, right? And so I was worried about him, but he showed me there's nothing to worry because at that time he became more slick. Oh, he was so slick in his movements. It was unbelievable. He used more muscle. He used technique and sensitivity, and it was a beauty to it and an honor to be around him.
Now we call on our next number, Professor Ciriaco Cañete versus Kalinga, to demonstrate garrote sparring. Free practice. On the left is Mr. Ciriaco Canete, and on the right is Boy Kalinga.
Here we see Professor Ciriaco Canete, the youngest of the Cañete brothers, who formulated the Eskrima style of the Doce Pares Club, doing his own style of Eskrima. Instead, he fights with a single garrote and using his left hand for blocking or parrying his opponent. In this scene, this is a bare hand technique with the garrote, like grabbing the garrote at the same time and using the garrote's leverage or bar, he easily disarms his student. In this scene, you will see various types of disarming by Professor Cañete. This time they're using two canes, and both of them are trying to position both his two canes for the purpose of hitting him with it. This is called the double hold disarming. You will notice how easily Professor Cañete throws his opponent using the cane as an extension of his arm by hooking him or pushing into his elbow like what you just see now. Now suppose an opponent catches your cane and hold it by his right shoulder. This is how Professor Cañete can lock his opponent's arm and throw him at the same time. Again, with the same lock and the same throws. The opponent still holds the garrote shoulder, right shoulder, but just the same is being thrown to the ground. Now, the cane of Professor Cañete is being held.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to say is this. You know, Nung Cacoy, he learned from Momoy. So by 1950, he was always stick and dagger. Momoy's style is San Miguel. And they never do it without a stick and dagger. Now, when you play with Cacoy, there's a lot of trapping techniques, almost similar to like maybe like a Wing Chun or a Silat type of thing, and he's implementing it, but it all goes back to his Espada Y Daga. And so if you reverse engineer Cacoy Canete, you'll find that it's so similar to what Momo is doing with his Espada Y Dagas. That's the secret of what he does, really. You know, you think that because he had asked Momo, his older brother, if he could not use the. He got into judo, and he wanted to use the hand for throwing and stuff like that. But later on, he used it for trapping, like he would. You can see it in his movements of Espada Y Daga. So that's kind of like the hidden secret of Cacoy. Momo just shoved it down his throat all those years, and when he came out later on, how he used it, and how he trapped this and tangled us and everything else. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So go ahead and let the disarm come to you. Don't force it, because if
On the back end.
Huh?
On the back end. So we're doing this one. How about this one?
Yeah. I'm right here.
Yeah.
So on the backhand, same thing. If he goes low, that's what I want, and I just redirect it. See? He's going there anyways. I'll go there. Okay?
Okay, well, we'll talk about the techniques that I use. You know, it's a funny thing. When we train with Cacoy, we didn't learn any terminology. We didn't learn any like, okay, this is technique number 1, 2, or 3. We only sparred. It was through survival that we learned how to learn the system. Now, the thing with that is when I started hanging out with my multi-style friends, they would say, "Oh yeah, that's a flywheel, that's a sakiri, that's." They had names for the stuff that I was doing naturally in Cacoy. So we did. All I knew is we survived and we fought back. It was a fight or flight situation with no Cacoy. So we didn't learn any techniques per se. We didn't know the order of it. We find how we use techniques to go through other the transitions of techniques. But it was all in motion without saying, okay, this is how the technique goes. You do this, and this, and then this will happen. It was never that. It's like find it, study it, and find your counter. And that's how we learn. And you see when I present the martial art, I won't have a thing of forming. But once I start moving my stick, then it'll start to come out. It'll come out what I'm going to do next. You know what I mean? So that's the freedom that Manong Cacoy gave us.
Held at the left shoulder. The same attack with various or modified throws. There's the lever action of the K now. Caught by the opponent and held at this side, but look what happened. The opponent is left with the cane and thrown to the ground. There's the use of osotogari in judo while disarming the opponent. The strike, and again, osotogari, or the red throw. Did you see the Aikido movement there when Professor Cañete caught the strike of his student Kalinga? There's another one, another kind of attack being thrown to the ground with the Payutush. Now there's another type of disarming opponent. The instant the canes touches each other, you will see how the canes of the student being disarmed by Professor Cañete. They're all done so fast, or they're flashed, that the opponent is unaware of what's going to happen to his cane because it's flying away from him. Now they're doing this prima type. They are not disarming using the elbow. There's the left elbow. This is done by Professor Cañete during the flurry of the canes of the garrote and the screamer fighting or cane fighting. See how fast Professor Cañete let the cane come through in and out of the front part of Kalinga or his student. Again, there's the hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cane is moving fast. And there's the throw. Look at that. That's Eskrido. Eskrido was developed by Professor Ciriaco Cañete for the last 5 years. As I said before, instead he fights with a single garrote and using his left arm for blocking or parrying his opponent. In the same, although the garrote moves fast, it is perfectly controlled. Both of them are not using any protectors. Professor Ciriaco Cañete in his Estima style not only is blocking and parrying, he also augments this with strikes using the thrust, snapping the garrote as far as behind his opponent's back. This is done by pronating the cane as it is swept around towards the back. We would like to mention here that although Professor Ciriaco Cañete studied eskrima since he was 8 years old, at the present time he has discarded the use of the knife. He prefers to use 1 or 2 garrotes, but mostly only 1. For the last 6 years, slowly but surely, he developed what he calls now Eskrido. This means the using of the garrote blended with dynamic throwing of movements in judo and aikido, using the garrote as an extension of the...
Yeah, the contribution that I made is that I got to work with some great martial artists, and such as Steve Del Castillo. You know, and then what I liked about him is I like kind of see or to see where he takes it, and then he takes it to another level, and that's how the beauty of this. It's guys like you kind of see, like he has just a lot of people that he could play with. I have different people to play with different skill sets, and then we come together, and then we learn from each other. So it's a good communication between each other that we bring out the best in each other.
Here, first one, you're going here, and he goes back the other way. Go ahead, hold down. So I recircle, right? He goes here, I follow it, and I get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's good to get this wrist right there and this right up here.
Yeah, this is the same technique, but going the opposite direction. Okay. The next one we did was going here, and this goes here, then I go underneath.
Yeah.
Okay. The third one he did, when he pushes and comes here, and then that hand comes up, right here, he traps here, or he trap right here. Then you do that combo Mike did.
Yeah.
Okay.
To see the trapping going on. And it's almost like when you get into that position, if you get into that position, you go here, you see, you don't, it's got to be slick. You'll feel it. See, but so it shoots right here, and it might just go like this. That's enough for me to get that trapping. But if I physically try to do this, and he's going to reverse it again, or whatever he needs to do, then I'm going to the other way. Going that way. On that. Yeah, right into the top. Like that takes over. And then I'll have to. And see, I didn't get that elbow up. So it goes to the. You don't see? Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so.
I've been invited to do, workshops and seminars, so like that. I don't pursue it a lot, but every now and then somebody wants me to represent. And the thing about this, remember, Cacoy said that if you don't accept all challenges, right? And one of them being teaching and spreading on, that you might as well retire. And this is what I like. I come over here and I want to propagate what he does. Represent him well, and there's a lot of great equipment out there. I respect them all. The value that people put into it, But I want to make sure that Cacoy is doesn't fade off in the sunset. You know, as I see it now, so, a lot of the screamer looks similar. You know, but I'll try. I'll try to propagate the way his approach.
I push him, and I let it go. And then I go here. See? So now, you push my hand up. Okay, now let it go. Stay right there. Boom. See how the setup is? But you don't have to put that body in it. Okay, do that body. What you just did. Then you went there. Yeah. You're interested? Stop. See what I'm saying? You want to be like this. Okay, I got here. I'm still here. I can get the technique, right? But maybe you resist, right? So I'm going to go this way, right? Yes. Or maybe you resist. So that we go this way. See, I didn't go oof or oof. You can, right? You can turn those feet and make the guy fly. But you want it to trap him some more because it's going off. So it's hold on. Each one with a little bit of pop. Anyway, so I'll overhand it. So.
You know what I really like is there's a group in San Francisco or Data City called I think they're called the Legacy. And there's a group in Sacramento, Stockton, Halana with the Castillo. They're teaching the youth, the Filipino youth. Yes, you know what I mean. So they're teaching the next generation that we have something, we got something that's worth sharing. And that's what I like. That's what I like seeing. You know what I mean? Reaching up the young. A lot of people don't. I didn't know growing up that we had our martial arts. That's why the younger generation, give it to them, so they'll have something to be proud of.
But let's do this first. Go ahead. He's going here. There you go. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm giving it to you, and you don't want to have to do that again. There you go. There you go. Get that back foot up. And a lot of my students are like, "Oh, he's a jerk." But then, if I just do this, you're not moving the weight. So don't just do this. Throw the off balance because he's off balance. And look, if this doesn't work, you can go back to hitting. You're a step ahead. Okay.
If you're going to get into the Filipino martial arts, whatever one you start in, Espada, Doce Pares, Balintawak, KI, try to take it to the very end. Try to master one art before moving on, before bouncing around. And that shows respect for the old, for what they have to offer. All these martial arts are good. It's all what you put into it. But try to finish your system. And that's what I believe. I have the most respect for guys that finish their system before moving on. I'm not into. What I don't like is somebody takes a little bit, they take a little bit of that, take a little bit of that, then they want to call it their own. And we already know the story. Oh yeah, I learned it from my father.
Okay, if I'm pushing this out, and I feel I'm looking for resistance coming back, no, just push against my hand. See, that's how the snake. That's how you get the snake. You don't get the snake like this. You could, but slipway wise, I go like this, then I go like that. See what I did? I kind of push, lift my thumb up, and then I'm in the snake. If I'm in that state, cut my hands. Keep going. So you always got to watch out for that. It's counters for everything. Okay, so we went from there, boom. Then I go here, and then I could go there. That's a dangerous one, so be careful there. So you just play it for a little bit. Anyway, so that's a setup for that. Go here, boom, boom, boom. I go here, you counter my snake, palm down, right? No, palm down. Yeah. This way, boom. That's when you get this. If you get that palm down.
So
You will after a while because
palm up. Hold on, we should palm up. And palm down. I turn this way. See?
right into my yes. Because that keeps me from going like this. Because my technique, most of the time, it's like this. See the trap? So if I keep going like this, reach it over to palm down. Okay, just palm down. Let's go. So that stops me. But at the same time, I'm looking for that. I'll like get this. I'll probably get this 1,000 times in the play. And then you say, I don't have to do that no more. Then you go palm down, and then I go, oh, okay. See how that works. So everything's a setup.
And you just have to go back home and figure it out. So,
You got Steve. I think Steve is guiding me through this. So because he sees it, like I said, just simply just pushing this way. Just go like this, fade this in. See? Okay? And then if you right there, boom. Or you go like this. You go like this, and then then I'll try to. I'll go like this, and I'll get you to react so I can go like this, or I'll go up top. See the trapping? Sometimes it just goes like this. There, so I'm just trapping this.
Growing up, I didn't know. My mother is Spanish and Filipino. My father was a merchant marine who, he passed away, but he was never home. So I never grew up initially knowing what being a Filipino was. And then when I hooked up with doing Filipino martial arts, that enabled me to meet all kinds of people, learn more about my culture, and it opened up a lot of doors for me as far as that's concerned. And that's what the Filipino martial arts did for me. It taught me my identity as a Filipino. And it's something that I was very proud of.
and okay, so I want you to just learn how to practice playing. Okay, you let him do something, and I do something. See, let them play. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so just practice your striking. If you just want to feed and let the other side play, go ahead. Okay, try and open it.
Hey, how's it here?
For me, I want to know that I never really I got to play with a lot of people. I feel very fortunate to be able to cross sticks with all the people I did, regardless of their style. And I want to be known for the guy that crossed those bridges. And get a lot of friends along the way. Learned a lot about how I fare, and then start with people from all over around the world. So that's what I want to be known as. My legacy is known that I put my time in, that I played. I put Cacoy stuff up to testing, and felt that I survived it. So that's what I'm.
All right, so nice and easy. We're just gonna. That's what it's finding the open one. All right, and that's the hard part. If you don't experience this, how are you gonna find the pathways to locks? Right? You just go. Find that pathway. There it is.
I just want to say thank you to the guys that took me in, the grandmasters, the masters, and training partners. You know who you are. You know, I couldn't do it without having training partners. That took me into their garages and you know, worked with me and of course, I guess that's about it. You know, I mean, I appreciate that. That took me in.
Another Master Mike for.
All right, guys, keep the training, you know, just a little bit, just, you know, go slow. You know, try, if you can find somebody to play with, you know, everybody has their own techniques and they'll figure out how to work them in too, you know. But the most thing is, go slow before you go fast, feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can stay outside and go quick and stay there your whole life, but sooner or later you want to be able to control all, you know, the person in front of you and how you deal with them. And you only have a split second for that, so this is where this comes in. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. Like this.
If you have any questions or concerns, we'll talk to him. All right? Thank you for coming on here. Drive home safe.
I want to thank you, Bobby, for this interview. Hopefully, I was not too scattered, but
more comfortable.
at the end of the day, I spoke from the heart. I enjoy being in this neighborhood. I enjoy the people that I meet in this unique art. You know, it's not for everybody, but I appreciate the people that were before me.